Okay, welcome to Blue Deck Gold Stake. Not done one of these in a while, but we're going through all the decks, and today we landed on Blue Deck. So the benefit of this deck is 5 hands, which allows us to scale things like Supernova, Ride the Bus, Green Joker, all those nice fun jokers, and because it's obviously a pair meta in this game, that's probably the move, right? On Blue Deck especially. Now, it's also a good safety net, it's also econ, it's just a very nice deck as a whole. I did call it a little bit boring, I've kind of warmed up to it, it's a fine deck. But I guess it's one of the less exciting ones you'll see. It will be kind of a little bit tedious scaling, but you'll get there in the end. And if you're just looking for a gold stake victory, maybe get some gold stickers, I would advise on this deck. Now I'm going to go small blind. So what do we have? We have the heart flush. Now I think the 3 makes it just short, so I'm just going to discard for maybe some extra heart. Okay, we'll see. Does this get through? Lucky. Okay, we'll play the 5s. It happens, and especially on Blue Deck, it is not very punishing, so don't worry about it if it happens. Now Judgment, what do we have? So Judgment is always a take for me. If you didn't know, Judgments give you jokers without any stickers, so no debuff and no rental, no Eternal, even though I like Eternals. Eternal's pretty cool. But I 100% take that because it's always almost worth its value, even if it's temporary more. If it's a value generator, it's great, and it's $3, so I will go Judgment. The dice, okay, this might be interesting. Now, this isn't as powerful on Gold Stake, but it can be fun. It's a fun joker, so we might have a fun run on the way. Now, because this isn't a scoring joker, you could open the buffoon pack. Now, it's really up to your choice. You are spending $4 on this buffoon pack. Because of red stake, you don't earn any money from the small blind. But we do have extra hands, but on the big blind, you'll earn $4. And you'll earn, if you get out in 2, or if you get out in 1 with a joker, you'll earn quite a bit of money. So I'm a big spender of the first shop. I like spending in the first shop. Let's do it. Burnt joker, okay. Okay, yeah, so Burnt Joker is, since you kind of know what run this is already going to be, Burnt Joker is the best joker to win in Gold Stake. I completely believe that. Dr. Spected once did a Oops All Rentals run, where he ended up with minus $160, I think it was, with just Burnt Jokers that were rental, because that's all you need. All you need is levels, so I think we go next. You could skip for the rare, but I think maybe not necessary. We like scaling, right? So what do we want to scale? Oh, we do actually have a flush here. And maybe it's flush Bloodstone. However, I don't really like Bloodstone too much on Gold Stake because of the hearts debuffed. So I'm going to discard the pair. Because pair meta, you know how it is. Let's do it. We're looking to get a win. But also maybe have a little bit of fun on the way. So I'm going to discard looking for the hearts. Now, because we upgraded our pair, I'm pretty sure a high pair plus this flush will get us out. 3 of a kind definitely gets out. 3 of a kind of aces scores exactly 180 points. 189, sorry, I lied. $7. Now what do we have? We have an obelisk. Now with a burnt joker, anti-synergy, not great. Now I do actually like taking an obelisk. My favorite deck to take an obelisk on is erratic, because you have so many cool cards usually that you can really grow the obelisk, and when you get it online it's very powerful, but no one likes it because you have to think. You don't want to think in this game, but unfortunately if you want to win you're gonna have to think. You gotta take the obelisk. Sometimes it depends. So what do we have the most of? We have clubs, and we have the flush growing with the pair that we can discard. So pair's already pretty high, but I think you go for the flush. Okay, play the flush. 300 points. Nice. Now, because our pair is actually more than our 2 pair, we might as well do this. And then we can actually just do that again. It's nice. Having pair levels is very nice. Okay, so now this is where a burnt start gets kind of tricky, because do you re-roll? You have $15. 1,000 points is pretty difficult to get. So the extra discard is interesting, but I think honestly to actually survive here, we need some sort of scoring. So I'm going to reroll 1 time. Okay. Now, you could take Oddtard. I really don't like Oddtard. So instead of that, I'm going to take a Justice. Because our pair level is level 4, or sorry, 4 malt, level 3 pair. And Justice will get that to 10 malt. So I'm going to go. Discarding the 9s. And then let's place a Justice on this guy. And where are we at? 750. So we know this wins. Nice. And we get some money from our remaining hands. Now, truthfully, you might want to take the smiley face. But what we can do with this, because it's rental, we don't want to pay this rental fee, right? So what we can do, take the rental, and then we can sell it once we know we're safe. I think that's probably the best move, because we're going to get quite a bit of money from the big blind. So let's do that. Okay, let's discard the aces. Okay, so this would be 15 malt, 90 chips times 15, 16 malt. Actually gets me out. So, does it? Hang on, let me calculate. No, okay, it is just short, which is perfect. Nice, and then we just find another pair. Sell the smiley. And play that. So we're getting 500 points a pair, which means we actually do get out of the big blind without it. Very non-scoring Joker shop. We're not getting much here, but we do have a Celestial pack, which I think we are in our right mind to take. Another pair level, so we're just pair maxing today. Level 7 pair, soon to come. Let's discard the 4s. So yeah, we've got a very high pair going on right now. Okay, we're gonna need 3 of those. Now this is probably a pair, but I'm gonna discard it because it's, at the end of the day, it's a gamble. So let's play the 8s. No scoring jokers, by the way. So when we get one, this is gonna be a lot nicer. We do have options. We have a telescope. Are we gonna do this without any scoring? Telescope plus burn is kind of insane. Okay, go Arcana pack. Now I think Judgment here is valid. I always take a $4 Arcana pack because when you're above 20, you might get a Hermit. Even Temperance with a burn Joker is pretty nice. Do that. Okay, Mad Joker for a 2 pair isn't great. We don't want to buy Temperance or Telescope yet, so I think you go next here. We're above 20, we know we're fine, so let's do it. Discard the queens. Now, if you wanted to be safe, you really could have kept the smiley face, but I like our money situation right now. So let's play the kings. Let's play the aces. And the 8s. Okay, 3 hands, but we are scaling. So, Blackboard. Now, okay, Blackboard is probably a top 5 Joker in the game. Because even if spades or clubs get debuffed, it is still a ×3. So with a burn Joker, this is looking like a pretty simple run, and most of the time you don't need to deck fix for it. You might see this and think, oh, I need to make a bunch of clubs and spades. With pairs, you really don't need to deck fix that much. So what do I see? $4 Arcana pack. I like the idea of money. Deck fixing does make this more convenient, so I'm always down to do it. High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune. I guess the right thing to do would be hang the diamonds. And I think we, instead of opening the Arcana pack, take the Blackboard, and we'll take Telescope next. We definitely want it, so we'll do that. But we don't want to buy it now, where we lose on $3 of interest. Or $2, my bad. Okay, so we get the kings. We could discard a bunch of hearts with it, and diamonds. And then we can do one of these. And we don't even need a scoring Joker to be fine here. So let's just find another pair. And this is fine. our base more is in our levels, which is pretty rare. Doesn't happen often. Again, I like Arcana back, $4, always a take for me. And Temperance, we get rewarded. So honestly, this is seen as a little bit greedy. So you buy a telescope, you have $25, maybe you should keep the $25, but we are pair maxing, and what's the harm in another pair, right? So let's do that. -1 hand size is actually nice for Blackboard. If you see this and you have a Blackboard, be happy. And then the Justice will get me out here. Maybe you want to save it, but I don't. Yeah, let's save it because our pair levels, photo chat is actually enabled here. We could do it. So let's do one of those. Now we're winning in one, so the pair scaling has caught up. And with Telescope, it's just going to get more chill from here on out. Observatory is nice. Let's go Arcana back. Since we don't really have many interesting things, you could take a Lover's card. I like spinning a wheel. You know, at the very start you think, maybe I shouldn't wheel spin, but I'm going to do it anyway. Once you get to a high level, you always wheel spin. It's always the move. And Hermit is just to take that. So Raise Fist. Probably just not even necessary, but we can take it. I don't see the harm. And now we can reroll a little. So what do we want to do? We could take a Photograph. But as an Eternal, I don't really like it too much. But it is going to be very nice. But I'll take it as a non-Eternal, because we haven't got too much vision for this build, and we could just have a simpler time. We know we're definitely beating this ante with this Joker lineup alone. So let's reroll. Bean and Blackboard, not great synergy. The foil looks nice, but we don't need a foil at all. So all of our chips are in our levels. Let's do this. And then with the Raise Fist, we're going to get a lot more here. 16k a hand. So we're almost at 100k solely off what we have right now. I did say I'd take another Photograph if it wasn't Eternal. Sometimes speculation pays off, what can I say? So take the photo. Let's go Celestial back. And let's go next. We do actually want Observatory. Now, actually, I don't hate the idea of a standard pack. I'm going to open one. Even if it's maybe not that necessary. I prefer the gold seal over the gold card. Because we're looking at maybe a retrigger build. And we don't have to keep burnt forever, but we can see the limits. We can see how far we can get this guy. And also a reason to take photo and Raise Fist is because of the boss blind being a little bit spooky. We know we're okay with 5 hands, but are we okay with 3? I don't know. So where are we at with... Yeah, we're at 32k. Pretty chill that run. Let's go Arcana back. Let's get Observatory. And then we can just have pair levels up here. We can reroll a little. Oh, you could take a Rocket. Honestly, I think it's doing more than this Oops. Now, I would take this if it wasn't a Diamond, but because of Blackboard, we can't really keep it in hand. Let's go next. And let's take a Rocket. Rocket is just the perfect econ. One of my favorite econs in the game. Let's discard the Ace. Now, we do have to be careful here, just in case we don't pull... we might get a bad Blackboard hand, so... Okay, we're fine. Ooh, not quite. Okay, this is spooky, but I'm pretty sure we're okay. Since even with the Photograph was definitely a take here. If we didn't have the Photograph, I think we die here. And the Race Fist being low, we don't want to play the 2-pair, so let's do a normal pair. Spooky. You can never be too careful on Gold Stick. It gets spooky out here. Maybe I should have been less greedy with the Burnt Joker discard. Now, we could take another standard pack. We could go Arcana pack. We have so much money now, we're going to make even more. Ball for Hermit, very chill. Now we could take Magician, maybe it was Lucky Cat. Kind of annoyed it's not Lucky Cat, I did want to do that, but... Devil, we might as well. High Priestess we can hold. Use the Devil, then pop the High Priestess. We could get a Red Seal 6 for the Devil, maybe. That seems fine. It's also good for Wrist Fist. Let's discard the Aces. Let's discard again. We might as well just use the Devil now. No point holding on. Do that. Do this. Okay. stunner back, I think is fine. Fun fact, tower doesn't work with a blackboard. If you have a stone card in hand, it will not activate your blackboard, which can be frustrating. Now, I could take this. Honestly, I think it's fine to take, because we know we're fine even with photographs. So, yeah, we might as well pair max even more. Why not? Grim, incantation, not necessary, I don't think. You perhaps re-roll first, instead of, you know, yeah, you perhaps re-roll first instead of opening the spectral pack first, because if you re-roll first, you might get a hologram and then you take those, you know, which was a little mistake on my part. Now, Hanging Chad, we get the Photo Chad with pairs and Blackboard. We just lose the Raised Fist. Now, even if we come across the plant, I like our chances. We're very chilled out, and the Raised Fist wasn't doing too much for us scoring-wise, and it'll continue to do even less with the Burnt Joker doing so much. Let's reroll one time. Nothing interesting. Let's go next. So let's discard. We can probably get this blue seal because of Photo Chat. So that means I'm not too bothered about Blackboard. We can do one of these just to get another face card pair. Nice, and this should do it. Yep. Now with Blackboard, that's 120k. So very relaxed. Telescope, yet again, just a lot of pair levels. It's very nice. Abstract would be a take, but not necessary. Strength, we could... Yeah, I don't think strength is necessary. We could make a glass card, which will just actually beat the final boss, I'm pretty sure. Now, this is a little annoying, but it just means that we can just do a normal Blackboard hand. Let's see what our max score is. Just double check. Yeah. So, three of those. It might even be one of those with this much scaling. Let's go Celestial Pack. Mercury. We do have hand size, I think, with Blackboard. Maybe not. No plan yet. Okay. Cloud9, not necessarily the rocket, I don't think. Don't have a pair, unfortunately. I'm just going to do one of these. Pair alone gets 8k points, which is quite a lot. Let's just do that. By the way, that's 50k more than the last time, which is kind of insane. Let's do this. Now, in fact, maybe you do want to take the hand size. I'm not going to hang a face card. I'm not going to hang anything. I'm just going to make a steel card. And then let's take a stunner pack. Spending a little bit, but I think it's fine. Discard the 7s. Let's just play the 2s. Let's play the 5s. Don't want to play the jacks, so play the 3s. Play the kings. So yeah, not finding the face cards is dubious. We probably want more standard pack face cards. 319k. Very relaxed, very chill. Hermit is great. Maybe I will take the hand size for the face cards. I changed my mind. Fool for Hermit is valid. Maybe Emperor's fine. Let's re-roll. Supernova would be at 29, which is pretty good, but I don't think it's necessary. Maybe I do a familiar. Yep, that is fine with me. Okay, since this boss is a little annoying, I think you just play the face cards. Okay, we're just gonna do this. I think we're spoiled for pair levels. We don't need to be too greedy. Now we get $7 for the rocket. Seed money 2 from our mini. A soul card? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the right thing here is to not take this. But because we're so relaxed, the rocket is just convenience money. Now, whatever this is, I'm pretty happy with. Cheat card is nice, Perkio is cool. The other ones are cool. Triple A is probably the best, right? We want a Triple A because that's kind of fun. Now, if we don't get a plant, we do get a plant. Okay, so we might actually need this. Let's take the soul. Canio. Interesting, okay. Canio is pretty nice. Hang'em. Yep, let's just do that. That's 3x more. Cool. Dusk is cool. Magician. We might as well with a Chad, right? Seed money I'll get next time. I'm just gonna do this. Let's play this discard, sorry, my bad. Now 2 times 3s should get me there. But I do want to play the ace, so I'm gonna do this. Then let's play this. And yeah, Photo Chad, we're gonna be fine for the plant, which is really nice to see. Let's take another pair level. This seed is insane, by the way, I just need to mention. Devil, not interesting. I think you don't need to play super optimally when you know you're chilling. My personal hot take. So let's do this. And let's see where we're at max score-wise. Yeah, I think we're chilling. It means we're safe for Violet Vessel, which is great. We probably want to lose the Burnt Joker at some point. Now, I like Standard Pack for taking more face cards. Nice. And Pebble Seal, probably not necessary. I don't want to blow the deck. Okay, plant. Okay, discard. Now you could be greedy copying the gold seal, but I'm going to do it on the lucky card because I want to get out of here quick. Okay, that's 120k. Okay, yeah, maybe this was a little overkill, but I think, you know, it's fun to optimize a run. Very large blind. We know we're fine. Do we want to play it out? We could. Or we could do this. Just for purposes. Just why not, you know? Let's re-roll. Pair level. For the one time. Total Bean. We do want to play a pair of face cards. Now, what do we want to do? I mean, let's just see where we're at. Let's see the harm in that. We would have got this draw in the final blind, which would have just won instantly. You will see. Yep. 2 million a pair is not often what you see with a pair build. Let's go Spectral. Let's not do Incantation. Part of me wants to gamble, to maybe hit the Queen of Hearts, but let's not do that. Let's go Strength. Poly Golden. Why not? And I think you skip, truthfully. No need to play longer than you must. Now, if you go into Endless, this is actually quite a fun build. But let's do this. And that will be GG. Okay. Chillest blue deck run ever. Or hardest blue deck run ever, should I say. Quite a lot of fun. Now, I just want to take a moment at the end. I know a lot of people click off here. I just want to take a moment to say the YouTube channel's been going crazy and I really appreciate the support. It's been so much fun uploading. Like a month ago, my videos were getting 10 views a video and now they're getting almost 1,000 and I don't know how it's happening. It's crazy. So because an audience is actually here, I want to start making some really good videos. Got a speedrun race coming up in a few days against House Test, which is going to be a lot of fun. I just want to make some good videos, you know, respect the grind, respect the YouTube channel, and yeah, I'm very excited to do that. So have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.